Hello guys, so I'm Anmol Rathi, and in this experiment of the network lab we have to simulate a basic topology using the NAM simulator of NS2. So as you can see on the screen, this is how our program will look like after execution. This is how our simulation will look like. But before we learn this, I'll explain you the code line by line of what line does what, so that you can understand the background working of the code and how the simulation is actually created. So let's quickly close this and go by and go to the code. Let's see the code. Okay. So here we have the code. As you can see, the first line of the code is set ns as network simulator. So first of all, we need to initialize the network simulator, just like we do in every other languages. Whenever you suppose we use a library in certain language, then we need to initialize the library first. So here we are initializing the ns2 simulator. So basically we are giving the command ns, the initialization of the simulator. So what that means is that when we use a variable, suppose we initialize a certain class in a variable, then we'll use that variable to access that the properties of it. So this is the same here. Ns is basically the initialized variable, and we'll be using its property further in the program. Okay, so the next line is set nf open s1.nam. So the program, the file that in which we are going to code is a .tcl extension, in which the program is a .tcl program, but it runs on the simulator, which needs a .nam file to dump or to store the data that will be created, which I'll show you later. So for that, it creates a .nam file. So s1 is the name of the file, and it open means it will create and open the file and give the file and store the file in this nf variable. So this means is that whenever we need to call the file further in the program, we'll just need to call nf. Okay, so once we call nf, we'll basically be able to access that file and the data in that file. Just a minute. Okay, so yeah, nf is basically this file. We are going to refer to that file through nf throughout the program. And then the next line tells us that ns nam trace all and $nf. So what does that mean? So ns basically is, as I said, the initialization of the network simulator, and nam trace all is basically tells the file, sets this file to dump, so that all the data that will be created during the simulation, it will be stored in this file. So it is just initializing that. It is telling the code that the nam trace, all the nam trace data will be stored in this file. That's all. It is just telling the program that it will be stored in that file. Now the next one is that again we are opening a new file, that is .tr, that is trace file, and the same set nf1 open. It means that it will set the properties of this file to this nf1 variable, and w means write. So yeah, we can write through by using this variable. And below that we have again ns trace all. Trace all is for the trace file. This for the nam trace file, and this is for the trace file. So it is telling the trace file that all the data that will be created by this by trace should be stored in this s1.tar. Okay, and the pointer to that, or variable to that, is nf1. So we are calling it here. Let's go ahead. So what is this procedure? PROC is basically procedure, and procedure is equal to the function of any other language. We are just declaring it here because, as you might know, that functions, we just declare functions. We don't and they are only used when we call them. So this is just a declaration of it. How do we declare? So PROC is the initialization, just like def is in Python. Okay, and finish is the name of the program. You can use any name you want. And then this is the main code. So global ns nf and nf1. What does that mean? So global is used because we are using the variables which are outside the procedure or function. So we have declared nf1 and nf and nf1 outside here, right, over here and here. So we need to access that inside the function, and we cannot directly access them inside the function. So we need to use the global keyword or global word here. So what that global word does is that it tells the procedure that these variables are declared outside of the outside of the procedure, and we need to call them and use them inside here. Then we are using ns flush trace. So this will be with this function will be called at the end of the program. So what does that mean? At the end, when we call it, so we need to make sure that all the files that we have opened, like we have opened two files here, and s1.nam and s1.tr. So we need to make sure that all the data that was that was being written to that file is all written and done, and there is nothing left over, nothing left process open right now in the data processing, in the data storing of that file. So this is used to make sure that all the data is dumped in the files. And then these two, as you can predict, these are used to close both the files. Okay. And then finally we execute the nam s1 dot file once, and then exit the code. This is not yet called, this is just a declaration of the procedure. We'll call it later in the program. So what is this now? Set n to n0 and so n0 and n1. So in the program we need to create a topology, right? For the topology we need 2 points, and those 2 points are, let's see what these two points are. So let's take this and let's take this. So what will happen is that this set n0 will create this node, and let's name it n0 here. N0, yeah. It will create this node, and the next line will create n1. So basically it will create this node. These are just 2 points basically in the network. Sorry, n1. Yeah. Let's take it over here. Great. So yeah, these two lines will create them. So set n0 as a node and set n1 as a node. So we have just named the two nodes as n0 and n1, and told told the simulator to create two nodes. So this is basically what will happen. Okay, this will make sense if the 0 comes first. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, those two lines will create these two nodes. Okay. Now let's go ahead. So what is this? So no duplex link, and what this line basically does is that it creates a link between these two. So let's connect these two. This will what that line will do. Okay, it will create sorry for the not straight line. Okay, so this line will basically connect these two nodes, and also tell what speed and how much packets it can transfer. So the speed we have given here is 1 Mbps, and the 10 millisecond of transferring packets. And also the duplex link basically means that the link will be able to share send and receive, like the packets can also go and come both ways. The both ways transmission is possible. You can also create a link if you want that only sends data one side. So you need to make sure and declare there which kind of link you want to create. So the one we have created here will be able to send and receive data both sides. It will work both ways. So yeah, this is the next one. This is a UDP. We are making a UDP connection here. What is a UDP? So there are majorly in this network lab we are going to use two protocols, UDP and UDP and TCP. So what UDP protocol does is that when you send a data packet to a certain, so suppose if N0 sends a data packet to N1 using the UDP protocol, then it will just send the data and will not wait for the acknowledgement for N1, because it doesn't need that. In TCP protocol, it is necessary that the N1 should send an acknowledgement so that it will understand that the packet has successfully been received. But UDP doesn't need that. It will just keep sending data without any waiting for any acknowledgement. Okay. So yeah, the first line basically sets a UDP agent. So we need to create a agent, or you can have. So we need to create an agent, and we need to then attach the agent to this node. So why? Because UDP, if we create a UDP agent, and we need to tell it that where do you need to attach which node will it attach to. So we need to attach it to N0. So that is what we are telling the newly created node that you need to attach the attach agent at N0, and these two should be attached. Basically the UDP protocol should be attached to the N0 node. That is all that we are telling here. Okay. sorry. Okay, now so we have created a UDP agent, and then we have connected the UDP agent to this node. Now next is that CBR. So CBR is basically how we tell the simulator to send packets, or to what kind of packets should we send and stuff like that. So CBR is basically doing the work of sending traffic. So we are using CBR so that we are able to send the traffic under the protocol of UDP. So what are we doing? First of all, again we need to create agent for everything. So we are creating agent for CBR here. Okay, so new application traffic CBR. So that is what we are setting this variable name or pointer to the CBR, to the CBR traffic. Okay, then further we are giving the details to what kind of traffic should we send here in the CBR. So first of all, this is packet size in bytes. So the packet per packet, it will send 500 bytes, and the next is interval. So the interval between packets will be 0.005 milliseconds, and the attach agent, again we are using attach agent because we need to attach everything. So we need to what we are doing is that we are attaching the CBR traffic to the UDP agent attach. So what does that mean? That means that the CBR traffic will be sent under the UDP protocol. Okay, now the next here is that set null 0. So what does that mean again? So set null 0 basically means that, yeah, here we are. Okay, so so as I said, in UDP protocol we don't need to wait for acknowledgement, because it does not work that way. So as we will be sending packets from the N0 to N1, we need to make sure that N1, after receiving the packets, sets the packet free, because this is a simulation and we don't need data bundled up at the other end. So when we set this null agent here, it basically makes sure that when a certain node receives the data, it will set it free and keep receiving data for the simulation. So we need a null agent here so that the data on the other end will be captured and freed again. So again we created a null agent pointer or variable, and then gave it the null agents initialization. Then here we have attached the agent of N0 to null 0. So basically we are sending packets from N0 to N1. So N1 will have the null agent, because that is where the packets are received. Okay, so now finally we'll connect UDP N0 to null 0, because UDP is the protocol, the main protocol that we are using. So it should be connected to everything, the CBR, then the node that it will start from, and also the null agent, because the it will send data, and the null agent will free that data. So finally these are the two we are in total, the simulation will run for 5 seconds, and what we are doing in these two lines is that at 0.5 seconds the simulation will begin. That means we'll see the files going from one node to another, and this CBR 0 start is because the traffic is sent by we are using the CBR to send traffic. And at 4.5 seconds the sending of traffic will stop automatically, and after that the code will call the finish procedure that we declared up here, this finish procedure. So that will do all its work. Basically it will dump the data in the files, and then close both the files, the NAM file and the tf.tf file. And after this will run at 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, and finally the run procedure is called to run the simulation. Okay, so run the simulation. Basically this makes sure that the simulation is ready, and after it is ready it will run it. Okay, so yeah, that is basically how the program works. Now I'll show you how to run the program. So first of all, let's open up our terminal, and we need to go to the folder where it is created. So I have saved the folder on my desktop, so let's go there. Desktops, TCL. So yeah, we have these files. So for the sake of understanding, I'll delete some of these files are created automatically when you run the program. So let's delete these. Okay, yeah, we need this file. This is the main code file. I'll open it and show you. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the main file, the file with all the code in it. This is the same code. It just has comments, so it seems more complicated, but it is not. It is the same code. Okay, so now let's close this. and let's run the code. So again, if you have seen my previous experiment of installing and running NS2, then you will know to how to run NS2, and I suggest you should watch that, go back and watch that, because that will clear the basics of NS2, how to install and how to run that. So to run the program, we need to type ns, the ns code, the command to run ns in the terminal, and then the file name, so topology, and let's click enter. Okay, so basically as you can see, I successfully opened up the simulation. And also please note that there are two files created here, which as I said is automatically created, because we did that in the code, in the initial part where we opened these two files in the code. Okay, so let's run this. So to run, we have to click here, play forward, and it is going very slow, so you can also adjust the speed. So if I take this slider forward, it will speed up the process. Look, and if I take it back, it will go back. So look, okay, so the simulation is running, and it started at 0.5 in the start, and it will end at 4.5 time. Also, we created a duplex link, right? So that means that we can send data both ways. So let's try that. Let's pause this and let's send data backwards. So as you can see, we can do that. So that is what duplex link means. And if you can also create a one-sided link if you want. Okay, so let's run it again. Let's see at 4. Let's take it to the 4.5 timeline. Let's increase the speed and let's slow down, and then okay, we are reaching there. Yeah, so as you can see, we are close to the 4.5 seconds. So after 4.5 seconds, the simulation should stop by its own. You can see the timing here. It is at 4. Yeah, right now 4.1. It is going ahead. Let's speed up a little bit. Yeah, 4.2, 4.3. Yeah, almost there. So after 4.5, it will stop. Yeah, as you can see, the data has stopped, and at 5 it will stop. Okay, it stopped. Yeah, and in the start, it started at 5.0 as we have seen in the code, as we have declared in the code. Okay, so nothing happens till the time reaches 0.5 seconds. So let's speed that up, keep an eye on the time. So yeah, there we go, it started at 0.5 seconds. So yeah, that is how you create a basic topology in the NS2 and simulate it with the help of the NAM simulator inside NS2. So this is very basic, and if you should try and run it, it won't be a problem. The code, I'll post the code in description so that you can just take the code and try it out on your own. Also, if you want, you can try and change certain things. You can go in the file and you can try and change certain timings. You can take the timing forward, take it back, or something like that. So you can try and change the timings. You can try and add one extra nodes and remove nodes. Do some experiments on your own. It will be fun, and I hope you understood this. Thank you for watching.